All right, man. So on the internet, I've made a video about this, about like internet versus reality, and how just a lot of it can be super hyperbolic in how to view the world, especially when it comes to dating, which is pretty much primarily what this video is about. Not even primarily, this is what this is all about, but your standards. All right, we all got them, and you're entitled to them, to be honest. No matter how crazy or how tame these desires may be, it's ultimately up to you what you like and what you desire in your partner. And so you're entitled to those standards, but you got to be willing to face the consequences that comes with those standards, which can involve things like a longer time span to find that person, depending on how high your standards are. Obviously, some of the lifestyles and changes and whatever that might come with that person. And this really came to my mind when, again, like I was saying, the internet and how it can tend to be hyperbolic, and you'll hear, women and dudes say crazy things like, again, men have to be 6 feet, make six figures. Men, she has to be a stay-at-home wife. She has to do everything I say, and, be all super submissive to me, and like basically have no thought for themselves at all. Just be basically a yes woman to me. And so even standards like these, I would say, because like I said, there is some level of truth to the reality of these internet people, because those are still real people out there in the real world. So someone somewhere out there does really claim to want these things. You feel me? And so even to those people, I would say, if that's what you really want, these more higher standards, I guess you can say, then you just got to be willing to, again, wait a little longer, maybe take what comes with that man. Like, again, if you want, the guy who's super wealthy, super well off, making like, I don't know, 600,000 a year or something like that, like, hey, he might just want a submissive woman who doesn't say nothing, stays at home all day and all that. But if you don't want that, then like maybe that shouldn't be your standard. Or, you have to wait even until you can find a man who can bend on that. And, again, going back to the men, you want a woman who is like that, just super submissive, no opinion of their own, no input. Well, you better be willing to pick up that slack, baby boy. You better be willing to pick up that slack. And you better be willing to provide all her needs, because all you want to do is stay at home, right? So that's it. All right? So that's what I say, man, is honestly, you're entitled to your standards, no matter how ridiculous they are. Just understand the consequences that come with that. And so I think that's where the problem might be. Some people have these super crazy standards, and then, or no standards at all. Some people don't even know what they want, to be honest. But in either way, they'll have these standards or lack thereof, and then they'll have to either wait for the person longer than they thought, or they're constantly met with disappointment because people can't reach these standards again, or their experience with these people aren't as great because they didn't have standards to begin with. And then they just hate the dating scene. They're like, oh man, dating sucks, dating's hard, there's no good women, no good men, blah, 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 right? But again, this is what you wanted, okay? And the higher the standards, the more you are going to eliminate people in this world that can potentially be your future partner. Because that's the thing. There are like billions and billions and billions of people on the planet Earth, man. And there are a lot of people who can be your future partner. Really, anybody can be it. Obviously, whoever likes you and you like them. But standards is what eliminates lots of people. Okay? Your standards are what say, okay, you're a possible candidate, you are not, and, the list goes on. So just understand that. The higher those standards are, the more men or women are getting eliminated from your list to potentially date, which leads to a longer duration of time to find that person. And two, you also have to understand what sort of lifestyle might come with that person. And you have to accept that as it is or change your standards. Thank you.